Okay. So the way to think about the market segments is, fur, fangs, wings, right? What kind of creature are you? Where do you really need to be in the world, right? For example, are you working on a specific price range, right? Are you working on a specific location, coastal, luxury, mobile homes, somewhere in between, mobile homes on the coast? We do have some of those in California, right? Or what niche are you working? And niches can transcend location and price too, right? Casey works the firefighters. We're doing everything from $1 million homes down to the cheap entry-level homes with that market. I do military. I'm all over the map geographically with the same thing. Kevin's got doctors. They're all over the place, but they're kind of centering around certain places, where the hospitals are and things like that. And as we look at this, when we go back a little bit, we talked before about how an entry-level agent might specialize with buyers in the very beginning because it's easy to get into buyers. They don't actually pay you any money, so they can trust you with their money, which is zero. Take them around, you're nice to them, you show them things. All right. So you might find yourself, when representing buyers, that you're spending more time with the people than the product because that's your way in a lot of cases. So you might find yourself zooming in on a certain type of occupation, like we just talked about, military, firefighters, doctors, etc., or teachers. Or you might find yourself connecting with hobby groups, right? Looking at, if you're part of a bowling team or something like that, or a rock climbing group, you might really find a strong network there. What's that? Or cornhole. I don't know any public cornhole groups. Slosh ball?
Like tomorrow.
We'll circle back to that at the end.
Actually, no, they're all going to Vegas this weekend, so they're not playing Friday.
Vegas cornhole champion?
Actually,
We're going to note that down. Network groups, or just targeting people based on age, right? Well, we don't discriminate on age, but are you targeting millennial first-time home buyers or looking at the 55 and up community? Those are specializations or some area of expertise. Like Kyle, he first got his start, dealing with REOs, right? So the fix and flip game and those investors were like perfectly in line with that. So that might be a good foundation to start the career on. Something to note here is that hybrid agents can find lasting success just focusing on people and not worrying so much about the specific product. If you're a good enough person and a good enough salesman, you can sell everything from mobile homes to mansions. Okay. The second side of the coin here is looking at sellers. With sellers, in a lot of cases, you might find yourself focusing more on the product than the person, right? So we've all had these listing, consultations like, what have you sold in this area? How many homes like mine have you sold? Are you a local network or are you a local neighborhood expert, right? Well, they know they're not going to have a lasting relationship with you. They're about to go to Arizona and retire, right? So you might find that if during the course of your career and in your DNA, you really are focusing on listings, then becoming a specialist in that product might be more important than just being, everybody's best friend. So in there, a couple segments that we might look at: luxury, mobile homes, 55 and up, or downtown condos. There are some guys that just focus on downtown because they're like, hey, I can get on a little Razor scooter and hit 4 appointments in one day. I never have to leave my little area. I've got 10 times the density in one block as you have in half of East County. I'm here, I'm good, I'm golden. And I know every building like the back of my hand, right? They're not worried so much about the people, but the product, and they know the product cold, right? Some facts, and this is hard for some people to overcome, but you can change. You can try different things, right? You can jump from one geographic area to another. You can start farming in one spot, move to another state, and start your career all over again. You can do this. You're only limited by your creativity and your effort. And one thing to know about niches, right? We like niches because you can dominate a niche really easily, right? But if you want to have a very specific type of person, a very specific type of client in a very specific situation that you can leverage really well, you got to pour a lot more leads into that funnel to make that happen, right? So you need to reach out further or be more aggressive with your prospecting to make that happen.